Now then, he may not have won the X Factor, but Olly Murs from Essex is still being treated like a superstar.
Yes, the boy from Witham got a huge welcome when he arrived at Gatwick Airport earlier to host a karaoke competition with fellow finalist Stacey Solomon. Life for the X Factor finalists has been a bit like living in a goldfish bowl. Today they found themselves inside a giant one. As if they hadn't done enough singing on the weekend, Olly and Stacey were at Gatwick Airport launching a karaoke competition. But it sounds like a holiday wouldn't exactly go amiss.
I had a couple of days off to chill out, hit a brick wall Monday, about midday. I just literally just fell asleep the whole day. It was such an exhausting weekend. But I'm fine, literally finished the second, I'm fine with it, happy with it. So, just hopefully I can move on now in my career and start doing lots of gigs and hopefully earn a bit of money on the way, and just have some fun, really.
Although it seems the pair from Essex are already missing some of their new pals.
Everyone that we met was genuinely nice people, and the whole show were really good people. And you just want good people to do well anyway, no matter what. I just want everyone out of it to do well.
Their X Factor journeys are over, but with so many autographs to sign for these two, their careers are clearly only just taking off.
Oh yes. Now football. Norwich City are out of this year's Johnson's Paint Trophy. They lost their Southern Area semi-final at Southampton last night. The game finished 2-2, but City bowed out 6-5 on penalties. The Saints will now play the MK Dons in the Southern final.
Finally, a company in Norfolk which has produced England's first whisky in over 100 years says the demand for it has been overwhelming. The St George's Distillery in Rowden near Thetford opened in 2006, but 3 years after its spirit was barrelled, it went on sale and it's now sold out, so they're rationing it to one per person. Well, I hope you admired our tree.
Yes,
We've gone all out with the baubles this year, haven't we? And every year, of course, we all got to get ourselves into a bit of a frenzy trying to create that perfect Christmas. But can they ever be as good as the ones that we had as children? I wonder.
It's tricky, isn't it? Yes, they were the good old days. Or were they just looking back through rose-tinted specs, I wonder? Well, let's find out now as Natalie Gray dusts down the film cans once again to look at Christmases past.
So the tree's up. But if, like me, most of your presents are still in the shops, then stop stressing for just a couple of minutes as we remember why it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
These magical home movies are an amazing insight into Christmases past. Let's wind back to 1930 now. Below stairs, Ella the cook is preparing the turkey for Norwich surgeon Jasper Blacksland and his family. What a fancy feast. It was a very different scene for the Keeley family in Norwich 30 years later. Brothers Nicholas and Jonathan, then aged 4 and 2, were filmed by their dad, and what precious memories it brings back.
My brother had wooden blocks which he managed to drop on his foot. Like I said, I don't have anything quite that heavy, but they would be full of sweets and a trumpet and kaleidoscope, and little things. There weren't all these Game Boys and mega money. It's a little simplistic time. It's a nice time.
Now, we've all had dodgy presents over the years, but imagine saying, just what I always wanted, after opening this.
A rubber shower hose. Lovely. But they look pleased, don't they? This is Wisbeach in 1964 and baby Paul's first Christmas. And what child wouldn't love these amazing night costumes, a Christmas present for the cook boys from their granny in the early 60s. And what a Christmas it was for the lucky lads from Spixworth near Norwich, because more fun was to be had on the frozen lake. Now, if party games are your thing, then let's drop into the Hammonds Christmas Bash at Frinton in Essex in 1961. How did they shake things up when the relatives nodded off in front of the Queen's speech? Well, one way was to play the mummy game. Screen East has put these clips together as part of a digital heritage project to bring archive alive.
I think these films are an extremely important part of our social history. This lovely scenario in 1939 in Clacton, where they were filming decorating your blackout boards with paper chains. That is another world to so many people now, but it means a lot to be able to look back and actually realise how lucky we are now.
Hope you've enjoyed the dip into the archives as much as we have. And if you don't know what to do with the relics this Christmas, you can always play the mummy game, although the old scratchy loo paper works best of all.
For the most wonderful time of the
My word.
Some great things there, wasn't it? I'd love to have a cook, wouldn't you? And the Christmas Past film is being shown on big screens and at art centres across the region over the next week as part of the Screen East Digital Heritage Project. We're also going to see some of your modern-day Christmas traditions tomorrow night.
Looking forward to that now. Last night we asked for your thoughts on the Tesco debate and the extraordinary growth of the supermarket.
And as ever, we had many varied emails from you. We just got time for a couple of them now.
Yeah, if I can get it out. Frank Downs from Ipswich has a new Tesco store near him. He says, we're on first-name terms with our present shopkeepers. I do feel sorry for them and what I'm sure it will do to their livelihood.
An opposing view, though, we had from Francis Richards, who's in Sheringham. He said, I'd sooner shop in a shop that's open longer than 9 o'clock till 4:30 and provides competitive pricing for those on a low budget. As ever, thanks so much for your emails, and we do love to hear your comments on any story that we have.
Right, let's head outside then. There's snow on the way. Amanda's there as well, ready to do her Russian dancing by the looks of it. Amanda, tell us all about it.
Hey, this hat is keeping me dry right now, I can tell you. But yes, there is some heavy snow on the way. In fact, the Met Office have issued weather advisories, weather warnings. Could see between 5 and 10 centimetres of snow tomorrow. But it looks like Friday it will be worse. 15 to 20 centimetres, that's up to 8 inches. So some very wintry weather to come, and indeed it's getting very cold. Let's take a look at the details. And colder over the past few days, and it was extremely cold last night. Let's just take a quick look at the temperature chart, and you can see places such as Marham got down to -6, so it was a bitterly cold night last night. Hopefully it won't be as cold as we go through tonight. Now, taking a look at today's radar, we can see we had that band of rain which moved in from the north, and when that hit the cold air, that's why we had the rain, sleet and snow showers across the region today. Now, as we go through tonight, still 1 or 2 wintry showers around for the first.
Don't like the sound of those cold temperatures. We all need a hat like Amanda's, don't we?
Yeah, we're going to get one of those. Right, up next, it's a national news on ITV. Until tomorrow night, that's it from us. Goodbye.
See you soon. Bye.